Hey everyone, welcome back to BTM Scale Modeling on week 12 of the Refit Enterprise build. And oh, what a fun week it's been, because like some things I'm recording this after the build week, so I know what I'm going to be doing for you guys this week. But I got into such a zone I forgot that I didn't record an intro until I finished what I was doing for the week. So sorry about that, guys. But this week I did start work on the base. Finished up and got stuff done on the secondary hull, and started work on primary paint on the nacelles, but then I got an itch. I decided, what the heck. So the lower saucer is going to be on, and as you can see from the video, or from the picture for the video, I started wiring. Yes, I got the lights turned on so far. And it looks really good. I mean, there's going to be a couple places I got to fix, and you'll see that. But with that, guys, if you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button and click on the little bell every time I upload a video for you, or every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. And as always, thank you to all my subscribers, all my new and past subscribers. I really appreciate it, guys. And to all you new subscribers, welcome to my channel. It really warms my heart. So, also, if you have a question on a technique I did or something I was doing that I didn't really explain well, or hey Buck, great job, or hey Buck, what the heck were you thinking, or hey Buck, I've done this here. Have you tried to do it this way? Please, with those, put them, write them in the comment section. I usually respond within 12 to 24 hours. So, yeah, so let's go to the bench and see what I did do this week. Good morning, it's Tuesday and getting a little bit of a late start to this week, but hey, we're back. So, I got all the decals on, did get those done, and what I mean by like I said, there's pretty much all the small ones because I got the big ones done the days before. But now I need to go finish up the Shuttle Bay Doors, get those hand painted. Let me see if I can, yeah, that's what I thought. Here, I need to get these hand painted and done. And then I'm going to get it slightly weathered and then get the matte coat on. And while I'm waiting for certain things to dry, I'm going to start on the nacelles. So I'll be back when I get going on those. I don't think you guys want to see me do painting right now. Well, the nacelles are base painted, letting that get good and dry. The Shuttle Bay Doors are painted and drying. And so I thought, what the heck, let me get something else going while I'm waiting on stuff to dry. So this is the base I'm going to do. I got this from Hobby Lobby. It's one of those shells that you can just hang into the wall, but as you can tell, I've tweaked it a bit. I've cut the top out because once I get it clean and fix up the little mistakes, I'm going to put this, let me see, I'm going to do this like so. And I can fix the scratches and stuff. I'm going to have my main on-off switch here, wall power back here, and then I'm going to have the momentary switches next to that. And after this dries and before I get it sanded and other things, I'll go in and let you guys know how I figured how to do that. I mean, honestly, it's the best way, however, it's easiest to you and what you want to do, make things look great. But with this base, when it's done, and I had to, oh, dang it, sorry guys. Stuff's falling, as always. But because of the size of the ship, this is going to be where the post, the stand is going to be. And then, because that way, it's all about here, and I know it's off camera, but it's going to be about here, and it's going to look center instead of me trying to put it here and then have part of it over the back and a little bit over the front. I'm going to just try to get the best center. But what I mean is, once I get everything fixed, and everything's down, I'm going to add this to the ship. I haven't decided whether I'm going to go with this way yet or this way. I kind of like, let's see, because the cardboard's big. I kind of like that, but because of the ship, I think I'm going to actually go maybe back here a little more, sorry, or have that completely under the ship like that. I'm still working on that. I'm still looking at what I want to do there. But yes, I'm going to put that on this space, and that's going to be pretty much the extent of anything I'm doing. Besides, after I get this dried, resanded, I'm going to get it painted. Normally I like to stain these, but this wood's kind of a fickle matter. So I got stuff, and I'm going to paint it just straight up black. So that's where we're at. So I got to wait on things to dry. I'll be getting the gloss protective coat onto the nacelles and let that dry overnight, and that way I can get started on getting the mask down and getting paint and doing the little tricks I'm going to do with that. And then like I said, all I got to do is I'm waiting for it to dry, and then I'm going to add my weathering and let that dry, and then get that rubbed off and get that matted down and hopefully get going. At least start getting the saucer on so I can, start playing with the wiring. But one of the things I am going to do, because I want to be able to work in this if something happens, or if I sell this, or I want to just take it like ship, because I'm going to take it out. I need to look at some things so I can just unplug real quick and come out, and then that. But also, I want to be able to move just this, so I can do that. So I got magnets, just wee little magnets, so I can do that. Because when that's done, because I made the hole just a little bigger, well, not the hole's fine, but it'll be able to turn while everything's right there. I can turn that whole thing and then do whatever little work I need to do in here. Because honestly, like I said, I don't want to get sealed up in case I need to do something, because also I got to get the speakers in, and I'm hoping I'm going to test it a couple of times, see how it sounds, because normally, I'll put a couple of holes, but I really want to try to get this state saved. So we'll see how it looks. But that's where I'm at right now, guys. So I got to let things dry before I can go in do any more, and it gets a little crazy. So I'm going to grab some lunch and then come back and start taking care of things. Weathering and matte coating and gloss coating, all the fun. So stay tuned. Alright, starting the weathering on the secondary hull, as you can tell. And you hear the exhaust fan going because I'm getting the nacelles clear coated so I can get going on more paint. But yes, overall getting the start on this. And like I said, I showed you guys with the saucer, so I'm not going to make you watch it again. But yes, I'm getting done, getting more done. So I'll show you this when I'm happy and it's in a good spot, and I'll see you soon. Well, good Wednesday morning, and yes, the window masks are off. I'm very happy with how everything came out. I mean, there's a few areas that I can do better next time, but I'm still very happy with how this thing came out overall. So, and yes, I got those undone, and the arboretum, and I'll show you this side. So, yay! So next thing I'm going to do is probably start looking at least getting the I'm still working on the nacelles, but I want to at least start getting the secondary or the bottom of the saucer on and get it secured, get these wires run up, and then start plugging things together. I mean, I'm still going to work on the nacelles, but as I'm waiting on certain things to dry, I will come back and keep working on this. So I will share when I get the lower saucer on and other things. So I'll see you in a little bit. Well, welcome back. It is Thursday, and yes, I did a little thing yesterday. I didn't do much recording, but yes, the lower saucer is now on, and I'm going to start working on a little bit of the wiring. I still have the nacelles to do, but I got to that point that I need to start getting something going, a little bit more than just the paint. So, I mean, I am very happy doing this, but now I'm getting really excited. But let's see if I can. I'll get some more light and take a few still pictures of this for you guys, and then we'll get moving on to doing the electronics. Okay, so like I said, I got to start working on the computer board and getting it mounted. And I know I've talked about putting it over here, but I kind of like, this is just an idea I have, but setting it down here in the middle with all these wires, and that way it's got room and it's going to have enough space. I know the saucer stands about like that, but I want to make sure I got clearance, so that's probably what I'm going to do right there. Also, the other thing, I had to actually, let's see if I can zoom it in enough for you. Had to actually do a little bit more. I had the hole, but I needed to cut out a little bit more on there to make sure the wires got up and everything set level. Also, the other thing I had to do is I had the pinholes or the styrene holes pretty well loosened up, but it was still having issue getting down firm or setting flat. So I took those off. I used CA because this is a nice flat surface, so there's still a lot to be able to bond and melt with. I used CA, and I had it actually turned up so the weight of the secondary hull was pushing down where it needed to be, and then I kept a couple of heavy objects on top of the saucer to help keep it balanced. Then I came back and I put in epoxy into the hole, so it little quick, more or less like really good super glue, and got it dibbled in, or dribbled, or whatever you want to say, and then got that down, and then I just let it set overnight, so it's good and done, and it is nice and perfect. It just looks a little down from what you saw earlier because I got the saucer resting on this, but I have done this and lifted it up and everything is perfect. So now I need to get the computer board fixed and come up with a really good plan, because this is the easy part. Everything's running here, and then I got to come up with a good idea on how to get the wiring of the saucer connected too. But first off, I got to get the board down. So I will be back once I get that kind of figured out. Alright, so my plan of attack is I've cut a nice, not very thick, but a good thick little piece of styrene. And I'm going to have it set just about right here, and then I'm going to hot glue it down, and then hot glue the computer board onto that. But I wanted to make sure, because as you can see, this board has a lot of wires. I want to make sure I have points that I can run these out so I don't block any of the windows too. That's part of the planning, is just trying to make sure everything kind of stays together and out of the window of all the hard work that was done there. So let me get this fixed, and we'll jump on to getting it started. Okay, computer board's glued down, really secure, so I'm happy with that. And then, as you can tell, I'm starting to get things separated and cleaned off, and in a kind of an order. Connection 1, connection 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the next thing I'm doing is I'm starting to get these guys a little bit split up, a little easier to work with, and get going. So basically at this point, it's just trying to find where you kind of really just want to get started at. Now this is the Shuttle Bay sequence lights here, and I'm going to just have it running right through there. But I got to get a lot of mess. This is the switches, the speakers, everything's here and ready to go. Just kind of got to get figured out in place. Now you can pull the computer wires off the board like this. They just click in and hook in, but I'm not. Every time I start trying to do something like make it easier, like move this, then yeah, I end up messing things up. So I'm just leaving it right there and going with that. So I'm going to keep working on this, and when I get going, guys, I will turn the camera back on and let you enjoy the ride with me as I start getting things wired up. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start with is actually the Shuttle Bay sequence lights. And the reason I'm doing that is because, as you guys have seen during this build, I tried to make sure I have enough linked wires so I don't have to make splices and all that, but didn't do that here, and I should have. So first thing I'm doing is just going to start running and training the wires, and I'll share that with you. As you can tell, guys, one thing that I have learned is if you're putting the board in to your kit and there's things. A nice thing to do is sometimes, or what I like to do now because I've made a few mistakes and dropped solder in places that I didn't want it. I put a piece of cloth, this is just a scrap piece of t-shirt, and I use it in case I get any drips. And now make sure this is tinned, and you got to, guys, you got to make sure this thing, because it'll help keep the life of it a lot more. And then just learning like this. And the great thing is, because it does have quite a bit on there so far, I can do this, and then sometimes I'll just add a little bit more. So like this, and then I make sure to get it cleaned off with the wet sponge and go around. So there's that. Now you can, I like to trim it down just a bit because, well, I can get a little length crazy, so I will trim it down. Then I got a little bit more tubing like this because I want to make sure I get this really good and squared away. I'll move this and then go like that. And you guys have seen me use my soldering iron, but for what I'm doing here, this is probably the best way to get this shrink tubing to go. And you gotta be careful, because so kind of like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm training it. I'm going to train it this way. Get these guys out of the way because they like to be in the way. So kind of something like that. Okay, get the white one out of the way. And I'll start. I left my glue gun on, and I'm just going to start tacking it. And I'm not going to make you guys watch me do every one. But I've also learned that as I'm doing connections, especially to the computer board, and I'm trying to get it trained, sometimes it's nice just to start getting these guys out of the way, like so. And put a little dab here. And go with that. And yes, you'll see me push down. So that one's okay. I've got my instructions, my blueprints that Ralph gives you from Tenant Controls. Definitely handy. So the other thing I was going to say is, because I've cut these so short, I don't want to cut any more of the other wires because, well, you know, I just don't. So I have this big, nice, long, extra piece strip of blue 30AG that I have, and yes, I just used it on the blue. But what I'll do is I'll cut a section, and as I put that section, I will, so let's go with the black. And I'm also getting these guys run to a better spot so they lay down easier. And we'll get him out of the way because he's in the way. Hold on, give me just a second here, guys. Get you out of the way. So I have a little bit more area to work, you know, and I'm not going to be jumping around trying to get these guys later. Sorry for the weirdness of that, the rant, and not getting much going there. But one of the best ways too, guys, is as you're running lines or setting up power, try to see which way your wires are going to lay, because sometimes just a little bit of getting them to go a certain, you know, not laying over everything or laying over maybe one wire or two is better than, oh my gosh, now I gotta figure this out and I gotta cut, you know, do another longer piece because, well, I didn't make that piece long enough, or because I gotta run it, it's gonna get crazy. So this will be the last one. Again, my advice, especially when using the scrap wire like I am right now, or this extra wire to these different colors, is do them one at a time. That way you don't, you know, because sometimes you'll see the blue and then you'll say, oh, okay, so that's blue. Wait a second, I already got blue on. And then, yeah, you kind of start spacing. I've done that quite a bit. I've actually forgotten what I was doing as I was running them because I used scrap wire to help create the little bit of extension that I needed. And, yeah. So, where did I put that guy? Okay. Come back with you. And yes, I will be cleaning up the the hot glue spider webs as soon as I get these. Oh, almost did forget. Forgot one thing, guys. Make sure before you start making the connections, you've also got your shrink tubing ready to go. Unlike me on that one, that's all right. It's easy enough fix. And we'll go like that. Put you back down there. Now get you connected again. Like so. And let's get you soldered into place. And like so, guys. Sometimes I gotta kind of work the wire around just a little bit to make sure I get that solder in. Like so, clean you off, and there we go. So I'm gonna get this secured and get it laid down, and when I get them done, I'll come back and show you, and then I'll keep working on that. But I'm not gonna make you guys sit here and listen to me ramble while I'm doing wiring. So I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, all the connections are done, and now here comes the fun part. Is I've glued a couple of them down like you saw, and then the other ones I wanted to wait till I got more of them done because I just really don't want to be wasting and having to reglue and getting that hot glue build-up like that. So get this one down and we'll get these guys run. Yay! But yes, the sequence lights are now connected. And like I said, a lot of times you just need to figure out what's going to be the best path and the easiest path with these guys. So now we'll go to there and run another bead. Hold on to it for a second. Make sure it gets good and set. And then, so yeah. So as you guys can see, I ran it, because this was a good area to do it, here between the posts. Because it keeps it all together, especially these guys, because there's a lot to go on here. And I just want to make sure I got them online, so they're ready to go. And out of the way, basically. Sorry, my hand's in the way, guys. And then, yeah, you'll see me every once in a while push down on the glue. So, one more little bit here. And I have my handy dandy tweezers together so I can make sure to get these guys bunched up like so. And there we go. And then I'm probably going to put another run right here, because I don't want anything, these guys like to, sometimes when you're trying to get stuff moved and things, these guys like to play around as you're trying to get the models situated and done. One of the things usually, guys, I've always particularly tried to run the computer board, especially for something like this, into the base. But I've also been, and that's been fine, but I'd like to be able, to sell these, and if I sell them, I want to be able to make it easier than, because if I run everything down to the computer board, I got to, figure out quick disconnects on the wiring, and two, up here, I know it's here and it's good to go. that's my thought behind it. I mean, I'll definitely love to hear other ideas of what you guys have come up with to help with this, but this way it's not all conglomerated into the board or into the base, but that's a good thing too. And but I like it up here because I know it's here, and yeah, so I'll quit rambling with that. But now I'm going to keep working. So as I get more finished, I will definitely be back to share with you guys. So I'll see you soon. Alright guys, getting some more done, but here is the running lights that I wanted to show you real quick. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer there for you. So yes, getting things going. So I took a bit of a break, and the reason I do, because sometimes you need to when you're working with this much stuff. So with that guys, I'm going to get back to work, but I thought you'd like to see that. So I'll talk to you in a little bit. Hey, got a lot more done. Let me take you up there. But I need to step back for a little bit and take a little bit of a break. Starting to look cross-eyed at these things. Let's see if I can get this around enough so you can see it. I'll get another. But there we go. And yes, the deflector is hooked up. But I think I got to have a lot more. Complete the, yeah, it's a word thing. So it should come on. If not, it's because it's there. I just got to keep messing around because this one's on a switch or it's on a program, a set program with these many different ones. So I want to get that and make sure it's all great. But I thought I'd share with you guys. And the weapon systems are hooked up, but again, I gotta have those on switches just to even push them. So that's where I think I'm gonna call it a day right now and take a little bit of a break and step back, regroup, and come back. So, but getting ever closer, my friends. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, good morning. It's Friday and back to work. Going to try to get more done, hopefully, but we'll see how it goes. I do want to get this finished, but what I mean by that is I got to go run some errands and help my wife. Like I said, she had the surgery, so she definitely needs my help, and that's fine. I'm getting quite a bit done, so hopefully within the next 2 weeks I'll have this completed. But I want to get some more wiring done to help do a nice little showcase for the end of the week. So as I get more done, I will share. Alright guys, got all the wiring soldered in for now until I get the nacelles and the upper saucer on, and yes, the spaghetti mess that it is, but wanted to show you. See if I can get the camera, because like I said, this thing's big, so I'm trying to work it around. So okay, well, I gotta fix this again. This one stopped working again even after I fixed it the last time, but as you can tell though, the red and the white and the strobe, and then yes, there is a strobe on the bottom, but I'm not gonna let this up, and then the pylon lights and the neck outside lights. Looks like I got a light leak to take care of right there, but that's okay. And then the thrusters, but then like I said, I gotta fix the green on the starboard side, which kind of ticks me off, but I can deal with it. And the underneath bridge light are dome lights, a planetary sensor dome, and the good thing is you're getting the light effect over top, lighting up those windows. But there we go. Very cool. I'm very happy. I mean, oh yes, and see if I can get this turned around just a bit. There you go. So you can see that. And when I get more done and I can actually get this turned around, I will definitely be willing to share what the inside of the shuttle bay looks like. But with that, guys, I got errands to go run, so I'm going to wish you a great weekend. Have a great and wonderful week next week, and I'll see you back on the bench.